These are just some of their faces we're showing. There was an emotional town hall last night. Members of the community spoke out, telling their city leaders they're afraid for their families because of what they view as an apparent spike in the number of missing kids. Sadly,
investigation and information on that. The FBI has been following for 3 days here on 7 Action News. Is a Detroit business buying and selling human body parts illegally?
The breath of God blow on me. Breathe on. Oh, God.
Each day in the United States, there are hundreds and hundreds of kids that goes missing, even in the thousands. In 2024, there were over 140,000 kids that went missing. Listen to the number. Over 140,000 kids went missing in the United States in 2024. Now, what happened to some of these kids, whether they ran away from home or most of them get abducted, most of them are never seen again. Now, what happened to them after they get missing is unclear. Well, today in Jamaica Vibes Entertainment TV, we're going to discuss black children being abducted and going missing, and it's at an alarming rate, and it's very serious in this country. And we're going to take a look at what some people have to say about this phenomenon that's going on and this trend that's going on, because sometimes it seems like a trend, and I want to know what you, my viewers, have to say about this whole black children going missing in the United States. Now let's hop into the video.
these are just some of their faces we're showing. There was an emotional town hall last night. Members of the community spoke out, telling their city leaders they're afraid for their families because of what they view as an apparent spike in the number of missing kids. Sadly, though, for that community, the chief of police told the crowd that this is far from a new problem.
The disturbing fact is that we do have that many kids that go missing in our city, and it's been that way for a long time.
We're joined by Trayon White. He is the D.C. City Councilman for District 8, which is one of the areas where a lot of those kids are missing. Trayon, thank you, or Councilman, I should give you the respect that you're due, sir. Thank you so much for joining me. First of all, there's been some confusion about whether there has been an uptick in the amount of missing kids, or if it's that they are increasing the reporting of the amount of missing kids. Did you feel like you got some clarity last night?
I think there's both. I think there is more awareness of what's going on, and the presence of social media has made it more forthcoming so people can know what's going on. It's relevant information in a timely frame, but the reality is the numbers are just too high, and so we have to.
They are too high. I mean, you look at 2,000 plus every year. That is, if it's one child missing, it's a frustrating and disturbing thing to begin with. Is part of the challenge in this the issue that it's how they're reported? If the child is deemed a runaway as opposed to a child that has been.
Why is nobody talking about the fact that there is 56 kids? Teenagers, black teenagers that have vanished. 56. As of today, there are 56 kids in New York, Rochester, Harlem, Manhattan, all over that are missing. And nobody's talking about it. America's not talking about it. The fact that our kids are vanishing. And this is why I say it's very important to pray over your child before you let your child walk out that house, and continue to pray over your kids, because something is going on in America that nobody is speaking about. And being a mother, and a black mother at that, let my kid go missing. I will shake heaven and earth. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. But y'all, we got to stay prayed up out here, because these kids vanishing and nobody's talking about it. That's not weird. Like kids just disappearing now. And it's, oh, okay. No, we need to shed light on this situation. We need to come together as a community and figure out where these kids is going, what's happening, because these kids is disappearing. You need to make sure you're monitoring what your kids are watching on YouTube, monitoring Roblox, monitoring them gaming systems that they're on, because those are a lot of places that kids end up meeting up with people, thinking that they're friends, and there'll be freaking people trafficking them and stuff. Like, no, we need to do better. As a community, we need to come together and figure this out. because this is crazy. Nobody's talking about it. America is going quiet, but it's 56 kids. But in New York City or in New York State, period, and I think some in Virginia, that has just vanished, missing. Black kids, Latino kids, what's up?
So we know when it comes to missing children, the numbers varies from state to state. But the kids who are not found, what happened to their remains and what happened to their bodies? Well, what I'm going to let y'all know that in 2024, the FBI raided a medical facility in Detroit that was selling illegal human body parts, human remains, and stuff like that. And this is crazy because now I'm thinking, is this something that's been going on where the black children that are not found, is their body being, you know what I'm saying, being disposed of and their body parts are being sold? Well, let's take a look and listen to what's going on right here.
Investigation and information on that. The FBI has been following for 3 days here on 7 Action News. Is a Detroit business buying and selling human body parts illegally? And what was inside the business? It may shock you. 7 Action News investigator Jim Kirchner is live with the very latest tonight. And Jim, is this part of that investigation? Is that winding down at all yet?
It is indeed, Jeff. Take a live look behind me. This is what's left of the FBI evidence recovery team inside this car. And take a look at this vehicle. We believe this is the owner of the business just returning to take back possession of his business. More on that in a second. But take a look. Another busy day out here on Detroit's east side, just down the road from City Airport. Sources say they have removed several boxes of what is believed to be human remains. Sources say many people. This was a big operation. And get this, inside this business, a saw used to cut up bodies, it is believed. All taken away as evidence to the Wayne County Medical Examiner's Office, where it will be tested. This business is known as International Biological. It advertised as a medical educational service provider. The owner is Art Rathburn. He has a mortician license, has had in Michigan since 1982. But the big question is, did he get human bodies illegally? And was he selling them illegally? Just moments ago, the owner, we believe, showed up. I tried to ask him some questions. Mr. Rathburn, will you talk with us? What do you have to hide, sir?
Now, if this is only one facility in Detroit, then how many more facilities like this is across the United States doing the same thing, selling illegal human body parts? And who are the people buying these body parts? And what are they doing with them? And can some of these body parts belong to some of these missing children? That's a question. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know if you think that some of these children that are missing are ending up in these medical facilities and their body parts are selling illegally. That's just crazy, my people. Real crazy. And it's just sad because, like I said, there's 140,000 kids that got missing in 2024. We ain't even talking about 2023 and 2022. What's the numbers going to be in 2025? But it just shows you that a lot of black kids that's been missing and they never came back home, you know, whether they ran away from home or whatever, you know what I'm saying? What happened to their bodies? They just vanished in thin air? It's just crazy. Well, we gonna get into a next clipping and hear what a person have to say about these missing children. Let's check it out.
Was really like inside the Phoenix body donation facility, from buckets of heads, arms, and legs to coolers filled with severed penises when the FBI raided the building. He even spotted a smaller head sewn onto a larger torso in a, quote, Frankenstein manner. The limbs, according to that agent, with no apparent identification. A torso with a head apparently went for $2,400. A leg about $1,100. They'd even...
Now, did you hear the price? A head and a torso, $2,400. and a leg, $1,100. These people are making crazy money selling illegal body parts. And who are these people that are buying these body parts, and what are they doing with them? It's just a question that I have to ask. And I hope you, my viewers and subscribers, are asking the same question. Who are these people that are spending this much money for these body parts, and what are they doing with them? You never know. But it just shows you the type of things that be going on. So my question again is, are some of these missing children ending up in these places and their body parts are being sold? That's why, the family members can't find them, law enforcement can't find these kids. It's just crazy. And if we don't question these things, then it's like we leaving the stone unturned, or we just letting this simply just go by. But it's something we do have to speak about, and I choose to speak about it. You know what I'm saying, my people? I choose to speak about it. So let's get into the next clipping.
The breath of God blow on me. Breathe on me. Oh God. Breathe on me.
TikTok, we found what they have been doing. Listen, do you know how all them people, all them young adults and young kids come up missing in Virginia, right? Listen, in Ohio, they're acting as if they're military. They're acting as if they are authority. And unfortunately, some of them are. They're giving your kid a call. By the time they give your kid a call, they already have your kid's whole information. Your kid has been watched already. They already know what the parent's name is, or who is parenting them, who is the guardian. They already know where they live, obviously. They know where their hangouts are. They know who the neighbors are. They know who the friends is. When they give you that phone call and they convince your kid to come up and meet, that's how they come up missing. This is how they're coming up missing. I need y'all to get this out. This is dead serious. If your kid, or if your kid watching this, a young adult, teenager, and I'm talking about a good 30 on down, okay? If you get a call from someone that says they're from the military and that they spoke to your grandparents or your parents or anything like that, and, your name got passed around to be enlisted or a teacher contacted them, anything like that, and they want to come pick you up 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, this is not a real call. This is how you're going to be coming up missing. Don't play. This is real. We were wondering and investigating and trying to find out how so many children and young adults were coming up missing. We didn't understand what was the dynamic around it. That's the dynamic. They're acting as if they're authority. Y'all, get this out. Talk to your children. And it's easy to do this to young adults and children because they don't tell their parents everything. They don't tell their mom or dad or whoever their guardian is. They don't tell them. They want to, they need the money. It's money. It's money. Yes. And so is your body. They're going to cut you up from your gut up here and take out your organs. And I can't say what they're going to do to your body. That's why the bodies are not being found. God bless. Stay safe.
My son just called me and he said, Mom, did you give somebody in the Marines my number? And I said, no. He said, yeah, because they're trying to say that they talked to my parents and said that I basically said that it was okay for them to come to his house because he doesn't live with me. He lives with his grandparents. Come to their house and pick him up at 10 a.m. to talk about being in the Marines or whatever. And I told him, no, I didn't talk to anybody. So his brother got on the phone and explained it to me and said that he saw that my son was on the phone for over 30 minutes while they were at the tennis court. And he was wondering who my son was talking to. And my son tried to explain, like, yeah, this guy is telling me that they talked to his parents about coming to pick him up at his house at 10 a.m. This is in Connecticut. They are targeting, I don't know if it's young black men, I don't know what it is, I guess teenagers, and trying to get them to give them their address so they could pick them up at their house. These people are getting bold. And unfortunately, my son did give them their address, but luckily my son's brother was there to tell him, no, hang that up and block them. My son doesn't know no better. He should, but I guess he thought it was just a legit thing for, I guess, I don't know if my son's interested in being in the Marines, but they almost got his ass. If my son's brother was not there, they would have got my son. Picked him up at his house. These people are getting fucking bold, yo. So if you're in the Connecticut area and your teenager gets a phone call like that, just tell them, I don't know if even if they get a weird phone number on their phone, like tell them please do not pick it up, or I don't know, just be careful, y'all.
So now we see one of the tactics they are using is they are going around posing as military personnel. However, they getting the people number to call their kids and call the parents, letting them know that their son, whatever, interested in joining the military or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And they speaking to the child, you know what I'm saying? And want to go pick them up so they could abduct them and do whatever they want to do to them. And that's why a lot of these kids go missing, because of all these things that's just going on, all these tactics that they're using to abduct your child. So parents, watch over your children, know what your children are doing. Don't let nobody just go pick them up from school or just come to your house and posing as military people, because just because they're in military uniform, you might think they're legit. It's crazy. And I want y'all to just think about this for a second. Imagine now, and you can see why they're doing that, because if you see somebody in the military, you're going to think it's legit and might let them take your kid, and you don't see your kid anymore. And you're going to say, well, somebody from the military came and got him. And then they're going to do some investigation, and it's going to lead to nowhere. It's going to be like a dead end. So this is just serious, the way these people go about it, want to take people's kids. That's what I'm saying. When all these kids go missing, it's like they disappear in thin air, and then the parents never see their child again. So we just got to be mindful. We got to be mindful. This is crazy what they're doing to our children. So we got to protect our children by any means necessary, so stuff like this does not happen. This is crazy what's going on in the United States, my people. This is really crazy, and it just shows you that, you know, it's sometimes it's hard for me to explain, but it just shows you that we just got to be aware of everything that's been going on. Stop being distracted by a whole lot of stuff that's going on out there, and pay attention to what's going on with your child. This is very important. So get this word out there to all my viewers and subscribers. Share this video with your friends and family, so at least they could have some type of information of knowing if a situation like this occur, they would know exactly what to do. So next, let's get into the next clipping, my people.
Okay, y'all. Have y'all heard about this story? It happened in 1995, which was 30 years ago, in Georgia. A school bus with 18 black kids on it went missing, like they just vanished. They never made it to their field trip. Nobody never heard from them again, like they just fell off the earth. It's like the police really didn't care, the school really didn't care. They just was like going around in circles with the parents, because, I mean, they didn't know what happened, but nobody really did anything to find out what happened to the school bus full of these students. So one mother, like, she never gave up. So this picture was taken before they got on that bus to go to their field trip that they never made it to. So the mom had a copy of this picture, and she just kept it with her, like, all this time she kept the picture. So she was just running out of options, like nobody would help her. They thought she was crazy, telling her she needed to go see somebody. Won't she just let go and just give it up, like her son is gone and all this stuff? But you know, a mother's like, no, the devil is a lie. I know my son is out there, or I need to find him and you know, and at least find out what happened to my child. So one day she just was looking at the picture, and mind she had looked at this picture a million times. So when she's looking at the picture, she noticed like a reflection of somebody like in the window or something. So she like, wait, what is this? Because she never saw it before. So she took the picture to the library to like scan it through like the what is it called? Like the photo scanner or something, and it made the picture like more brighter, like she can see it. So she went to the police station to show them the picture, and they like, oh, you haven't got any help and stuff. So instead of her getting angry or whatever, she just got up, stood up, put the picture back in her purse, and went on by her business, because she see that they not about to help her. So she go home, she go to her closet, to her little like a booklet, a briefcase or something, where she kept all the information from this incident, like, you know, news reports, pictures, like bus routes. Like she just, you know, just started looking. She didn't know what she was looking for, but she just went to that box. She didn't know if she was about to tear everything up, burn it up, or what, but she just went to that box. So I believe she came across a guy who like used to do this type of work, or he used to be a police officer or something. So she like, I need to find him, because she felt like he was her last hope. So she find him, show him all the information that she had, showed him the picture, and he like he believed her, and she had never saw that before this whole entire time. So she had hope that she was going to find her son, and that's exactly what he told her, like, we're going to find him. So somehow when they he said, let me put this picture through like some database or something, and a name came up that I guess it was kind of familiar. I think the guy name, what did you say the guy name was? I'm sorry, I forgot the guy name. But they ended up matching a badge to the guy that was on the bus. It was the same person. So she knew she wasn't just seeing a ghost. This was a person who was actually human, you know, on earth and everything. So when the guy who was helping her, I want to say his name was Noah, they trying to, you know, find information on him last time he was seen, where he lived and everything. It was no trace of him since like 1997, and this happened in 95. So it's like after that he just went ghost. But Noah know, no matter how long you change your name, when you change it, something is going to be left behind to where it always you know, connect you to who you once were or whatever. So that's basically what happened. Like they ended up finding some gas station where money was being sent every month and all this stuff. It like, you guys need to watch this, because my mouth was on the floor. I saw it on YouTube, and the channel is up there, say Minority Struggles. just hearing this, so it's like, it's crazy. Like these students just disappeared like that. So long story short, they ended up finding the son, actually like a whole bunch of kids who is now grown, and they have never been on the outside world. Like whatever building that they was raised in, that's all they ever knew. The guy raised them to believe that he saved them from their family that like burnt up in a fire. The outside world is like fake. They don't care about them. Nobody care about them. He is all they have. Like literally brainwashed these kids their whole entire life until now where they're adults and they don't even know their birthdays, y'all. They been raised on a new name, like Grace, Hope, stuff like that. Like, it was crazy, but this lady never gave up. She found her son and she was so patient with him to try to get him to remember who she was. Sometimes, you know, he wouldn't say a word. Then sometimes he would say little things, and she was just patient with him until he came back around. Started calling her mama and stuff afterwards. And mind you, this man, he was like 5 when he was taken. But the people, some of the kids never even came around because they was like so traumatized and they just really believed what they were taught. So some kids were like in the same state. Some did come around. It was just crazy. Like, y'all go on YouTube and watch this. I think the video is maybe about like 35 minutes. Let me see. 34 minutes and 11 seconds. Y'all go check it out.
Now they say it ain't nothing to be worried about in Virginia, but all these kids keep coming up missing. State police say there's no such thing as a mass kidnapping. But where the hell are all these kids? They claim that these kids are just running off on their own, and eventually they end up showing back up at home. But since the beginning of the year, there's been 3,625 kids missing in Virginia. At this present time, there's 33 kids that can't be found. And some of y'all wondering why you're not getting Amber Alerts. Because those motherfuckers cut the funding to that, remember? The fact that the state police is trying to act like this ain't happening is absurd. People literally just picking up kids and walking away. And that right there was at a local mall. A gentleman just walked on up to a play area and picked up somebody else's kid and walked away. But you trying to tell me there ain't no mass kidnapping going on? The state of Virginia is on a high alert, whether if the police talking about it or not. Keep your kids close so you know where they at. I'm telling you now, it's some real wishy-washy shit going on.
With all of the distractions and all of the buffoonery that's going on with this administration, there are a lot of things that are going on under the wraps. There is something serious going on in D.C. right now as we speak. 34 Black and brown women and little girls have gone missing within the past 24 hours. And there is no news coverage, no media coverage. The police haven't said anything. The news hasn't said anything. The mayor hasn't come out and said anything. No Amber Alerts have been issued either. 34 Black and brown women and children have gone missing within the past 24 hours. And there is no word of it. I've only seen maybe 4 or 5 creators on here bring this story to light. So if you are seeing this, please share this video and let TikTok Nation know what is going on, since the media is failing to do their job. We need to find out how it's possible that 34 Black and brown women and children have gone missing, just disappeared, with no trace, with nothing. No contact, no visibility, nothing. Make this video go viral and get the word out there so more creators can start bringing this story to light.
A man in upstate New York was told by the medical examiner's office his missing daughter was dead. But months later, he learns that's not true. She's alive here in Detroit. And now, as the family tries to make sense of the news and reconnect with that woman, many are asking how this could even happen. In 2021, Shanice Cruz dropped her 2 children off with family members and disappeared.
I looked for her for 3 years. Hard. I never gave up.
Her father, Mark, even hired a private investigator who tracked Shanice to Detroit and believed she became involved in a religious cult.
So we just went on with our life, just raising the kids, because she was 28 years old when she left us. So, you know, she's a grown woman.
But in April of last year, a Rochester, New York police officer showed up at the door.
We tried to inform that your daughter, Shanice Cruz, has passed away. If you need to know anything else, go to the medical examiners.
So the family rushed to the medical examiner's office.
So when I went to go try to identify the body, and they was like, your daughter been in here since February, and it was April then. And the state of her body, and you can't come in and see her.
The body found in a wooded area had to be identified using dental records. Mark had the body cremated and held a memorial service for his daughter. Months of grieving went by until one day he got this picture from a stranger on Facebook. It's Shanice in Detroit holding up a certificate dated November 2024. The family raced back to the medical examiner's office. They were asked if one of Shanice's children would provide comparable DNA.
They took the DNA test, submitted it, and it's not a match.
Shanice is not dead. Those remains are not hers.
Who is this female that we have in the urn?
The medical examiner's office asked for the ashes back, and here's when a bad situation gets even worse. The family mixed the remains with Shanice's mother's and put them in jewelry, which they all wear.
Now we don't know who acid that we mixed with her deceased mom.
The medical examiner wouldn't speak about it, but the county executive did.
How on earth did something like this happen?
Obviously, no family should ever have to go through what this family is going through right now. My understanding of it was they did have the remains of someone that had a dental record that could be matched. And so they go through the process they go through, and they found what they thought was a match. Frankly, it was actually looked at now by two other professionals who looked at it and said it is a probable match. And there are also other things that could take place and other factors there. So that's what's being investigated now.
They're looking into the possibility that someone used Shanice's identity and insurance information to get dental work done, which generated the dental record they used to ID the body.
So this is turning into a very unusual case for every professional we've talked to who's looked at this.
What changes have you asked for to try and ensure that this doesn't happen again?
So I've set a number of policies in place. Number one is that we do have a new contractor that's working on it. We've asked for a second opinion, particularly on this case, to get to the bottom of it. We decided to change the policy so that when a match is made between an individual and a dental record, we're also going to engage in DNA testing with family members to back up the work that was done with the dental.
Is it more expensive to do the DNA in addition to the dental records, or why hasn't that been the policy?
These are decisions that are determined by the medical examiner, and it's based on what they have in front of them.
That's a little comfort to the Cruz family.
I think they rushed to close a missing person case. I truly believe that. And I never think that this would happen, because if this would have never happened, I was going to just be learning how to live without my daughter, thinking she's deceased. It's just devastating, man. I won't wish this on nobody.
But he's holding out hope that this at least gives him one more chance to reach his daughter.
I just want to know I love her, and she can come home anytime. We miss her. I got to find my daughter. Too many sleepless nights,
What a story. And Mark is hoping Shanice might see this interview and come home if she can. Experts say it's not uncommon for people living on the streets or those who've been trafficked to share insurance information to get medical care that they might need.
So what more can we say? Is it safe to say that a lot of these black children who are missing, their body parts are being sold on the black market for a price? Is it safe to say that, my people? Like I said, we're living in a crazy time, in a crazy world. And it's time we take notice of what's happening in this world. It's time for us to focus on our children. Too many of our children are being missing. I know a lot of them do run away from home for whatever reasons that's going on in the home. Some are running away to join gangs and want to get away from home because their parent might be a little strict and they can't deal with it. We see that happen every day. So it's full time we just take notice of everything and protect our children from these predators, these abductors, these body snatchers, these people who are doing these harm to our black children. And I'm not going to sit here and be quiet. I have to get this word out to all my viewers and subscribers who are watching this video and have an interest in this subject matter. So if you like this video and you find this video interesting, please leave a comment in the comment section. Please share this video with your friends and family, loved ones, and whoever you think might need to hear this story. Because we can't let stories like these go untold. Or like one of the ladies said, no channels or no bloggers are talking about this. Well, I choose to speak about this because I need this to get out there to my viewers and subscribers. So if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Please give this video a thumbs up. And please leave a comment in the comment section. And with no further ado, my people, we'll catch you in the next video from Jamaica Vibes Entertainment TV. And as always, as I always say, thank you for your support and thank you for tuning in. So keep safe, watch over your children until we see you in the next video.